Yo, Gavin, cue the intro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Above the Rim. I'm Austin Townley, joined by James Derrick and Jack Haskell. Today's the NBA play-in. It's Tuesday, April 16th, I believe. 15th. My bad. Wow.
It's right in front of him.
I know. That's right in front of me. But the NBA play-in starts today, and it continues on Thursday, and this is our preview. We're going to give our picks, why we think they're going to win, and then the next episode we upload will be for the playoffs. We're finally here, boys. How we feeling?
I'm excited. I think I speak for a lot of, not like your average NBA fan, but a lot of the casual NBA fans when I say, the playoffs are, quote-unquote, the only thing worth watching. I think, it definitely gets turned up a little bit. I like the playoff atmosphere in all the arenas, and, we'll touch on that in the live show later, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've watched every single NBA game this season, but with the playoffs coming around, it's good basketball. The defense finally ramps up, which is something only every fan in the league hopes for. But it's going to be some exciting matchups.
Yeah, so you want to cover some recent news, James, before we get into the play and, kind of cover the last little bits of the season?
Yeah, so the regular season's over, and... To be completely honest, no one really cares about the East. So
Pat Connaughton did drop 41 against the Pistons in the final game. That's a career high for my boy.
We could have done a little fun activity with that. It could have been like, guess who had that stat line? And
guess who dropped 41? Guess who was this season's final regular season game merchant?
Yeah,
it was Pat Connaughton.
It was Pat Connaughton. He had a hell of a game, but. Here's what happened in the West, because
Are you asking who Pat Connaughton is right now?
No, I was thinking who it was last season.
Kenny Lofton Jr.
Facts. Yeah, it was Kenny Lofton Jr. He had like 46.
Yeah, I think it was him that year and then the year before that too.
Yeah.
He just won the CBA MVP. He's balling out in China right now.
Who cares?
Yeah. So here's what happened in the West. There's a lot of things
Kenny Lofton Jr.
that shake it up. So. The Nuggets go on to beat the Rockets, and by doing so, they get the 4 seed. The Rockets didn't play their starters that whole game necessarily. They had no incentive to continue to play them.
Jalen Green played 16 minutes that game, or am I thinking of a different game?
Something like that. What were you saying, Austin?
Jokic didn't play that game.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah,
the last game of the season?
Yeah, he played 31 minutes.
Oh.
You're just
Jokic actually,
wrong.
Very quickly... is now only the third player in NBA history to average a triple-double. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander MVP talks were cute, but now it goes to Nikola Jokic.
Shai's probably going to win.
I've still been seeing a lot of the opposite.
It's going to be Shai.
You can't average a triple-double and not win MVP. I don't care about voter exhaustion. I don't care about changing it up.
And didn't win MVP. Then he won it the year after.
Yeah, but you know what? Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic, if you're going to talk about players that have averaged triple-doubles, are polar opposites in terms of efficiency and how much they impact being on the floor.
Russ sometimes hurt his team. Jokic, every time he's on the floor, he's a net positive. And when he's off the floor, his team is a net negative.
You can draw a graph of that. The other teams that we got to talk about, this was the big game, is the Clippers beat the Warriors. This was... you win and you're in, and you lose and you fall to the play-in.
This was game of the year, I feel like. I felt like watching this game. It felt like the game of the year.
That's really rough for the Warriors, too.
Bad draw from that. Everyone was tied going into the last game of the season, pretty much. And the Warriors just couldn't get it done in overtime against the Clippers.
It was unreal. I mean, the arena was juking. Steph Curry had, I believe, 18 points in the fourth quarter, and then in overtime, he helped the Warriors, stay alive in that game. Draymond Green missed a game-tying layup.
In Draymond Green fashion.
Yeah, but at the same time, Draymond Green was the best defender on the court that whole entire game. It was crazy. I watched the whole thing.
Is he your depoy pick?
No, it's Evan Mobley.
Is he your depoy pick?
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about that. on social media recently is it's a lot closer with someone like Draymond
Give
Green
me
than you would
Dyson
think.
Daniels. You
I-
cannot average 3 steals a game and not win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, you have a valid point.
If he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, then we've lost the plot completely with the award.
I mean,
in my opinion,
Evan Mobley's the best defender and the best team in the league.
you can argue that, but I mean, look at what Dyson Daniels is doing.
They're in the play-in. You can't be doing that much.
Okay,
I mean, I'm just
he's
saying.
still the first player this century to average 3 steals a game.
I think that is. I mean, it deserves its props somehow. I don't know if there's any award they can give him. Maybe.
Did I say century?
I don't. I think you said at the start, like since 2000 is what I
Yeah,
thought you meant.
yeah.
Like when you say the century.
Yeah,
That's what
I
that's
don't.
what
I don't
assumed.
mean century. Like over
You-
the last 1,000 years.
100 years. You mean century is only 100 years.
Wow. Okay. Continuing.
You know,
Bad at math and geography. Oh my god.
there was a. Never mind. Let's just continue with the basketball talk. We're gonna get off on a tangent if we talk about Jack's geography skills. Any final thoughts on Clippers Warriors here?
Showed me the Clippers are the real deal. Kawhi Leonard looks like he's moving better than he ever has. It was kind of crazy. The way he was moving with the ball, he was trying to break down his defenders. You don't see Kawhi Leonard doing that all the time, going in isolation, trying to break down the defender, then stepping back and making a three. He was doing that the whole game over Jimmy Butler. I mean, Jimmy Butler was playing hard-nosed defense on him, and same with Kawhi. They both had 30-plus points that game. James Harden had 38, I believe. Steph Curry had almost 40 as well. Like, that game was incredible. There was everything about that game was box office. It was the perfect ending to this NBA season.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing a somewhat of a big three form with Kawhi, Zubac, and Harden. Zubac had 17 boards and 22 points. Kawhi had 33. Harden had 39. All of them on just uber efficient nights.
Zubac actually just recently had his first career triple double.
Yes.
I saw something on Twitter. He gave the ball to Bogdan Bogdanovic and said, "Shoot it as soon as you get it. I don't care if it goes in or not." But he said, "If it goes in, you never pay for another meal again." And it went in for his 10th assist.
Yeah, so good for him. But that sets up a really nice matchup, Nuggets Clippers. We'll get into that later in the week when we talk about first round matchups. But the final game that I just wanted to touch on, because it does impact seeding, is the Timberwolves are now a 6 seed. They're going to play the Lakers. They do not have to do or play any play-in games. They beat the Jazz, obviously.
It was close up in the first half. I was watching the game. It was 49-52 at halftime, I think. It was kind of scary.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, Ant, he had 43 points. I mean, he pretty much just took not every shot, but he took a lot of shots.
He took most of the shots.
We're seeing
Get him hot before the playoffs
yeah,
start.
Timberwolves are taking playoff form at this point. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I have for the last day of the season. Just the West, how those teams shook up at the end there. The Warriors ultimately fall to the 7th seed.
Speaking of the Golden State Warriors, they play tonight, right? Yeah, they play tonight at 10 p.m. They play the Memphis Grizzlies. Who you guys got?
I gotta say, give me the Warriors.
Okay.
I think since trading for Jimmy Butler at the deadline, they have just been on a tear. And like you said, Draymond Green has stepped it up defensively. Steph Curry doesn't want to miss the playoffs. I think that's safe to say.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grizzlies, don't get me wrong, good basketball team, but just give me the Warriors. The Warriors are 3-1 against Memphis this season. Memphis, of course, still has their interim head coach at the helm. Not a lot of playoff experience. I think the Warriors are going to pull this one out.
I have to agree, especially when you consider they're going to be playing at home. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. And, the Warriors, a team like the Warriors, are licking their chops at an opportunity to go in as a 7 seed and play the Houston Rockets. I can't imagine what Draymond is going to say to the Warriors prior to the game tonight, thinking that the Rockets are the team that's ahead of them. So
Yeah.
I think not only could it not have worked out any better, because hey, they get the 6 seed, they got to play the Lakers. They get the 5 seed, they got to play the Nuggets. They get the 4 seed, they got to play the Clippers. However it worked out, I think they're making out not too shabby here.
This is best case scenario for the Warriors because they can very easily beat the Rockets.
I don't want to say easily, but it could
Hold
be
up.
a series.
Hold up, because now, Jack,
Yeah,
you're
what is this,
contradicting
huh?
yourself now.
I'm not contradicting
No,
myself.
yes, you are.
I'm saying based on matchup.
So if it was
Two
let's
things can be
say-
true at the same
So
time.
the Clippers wouldn't have
Houston
beaten the Rockets?
The Houston Rockets are a good basketball team, but the Warriors will defeat them. Two things can be true
Okay,
at the same
so
time.
here's my question then.
Yeah,
because
you can spearhead
okay,
this conversation.
I also have the Warriors winning today, but I want to add they're 0-3 in the play-in, and they lost to Memphis in 2022.
It's 2025.
Okay.
It's a different team. I mean,
Different team,
It's a
different
different
coaches.
team. Wait till where I'm getting at with what I'm saying.
Yeah, where's this going?
Come on. You think the Warriors are going to go out and lose again in the play-in to the Memphis Grizzlies? They don't even have a coach.
Also, I'm pretty sure not to mention that one time they did lose in the play-in. Didn't LeBron hit like a crazy
LeBron,
fadeaway three?
After a
like,
crazy
The fact
Curry
that Steph Curry and LeBron James were playing each other in the play-in tournament at
it was
one
the
point.
first ever play-in.
Oh my!
It was awesome. But back to Jack. So
sorry, yeah.
the Warriors win easily against the Rockets, but the Clippers don't?
No, I don't think they do.
Okay, well,
I think the Rockets give the Clippers more of a run for their money than the Warriors do.
how?
Yeah, just walk us through that a little bit. Because
In my opinion, the Warriors are a better basketball team than the Clippers. The Rockets are a good basketball team. 2 + 2 = 4.
That's a horrible breakdown.
Yeah, but so I mean, I will say the Clippers did just beat the
The
Warriors.
Clippers
at home.
are overrated, in my opinion. I think the Clippers are an overrated basketball
All
team.
right, so let me break this down for you, Jack. The Golden State Warriors start Kevon Looney, and they play Quentin Post at the center. Who plays center for the LA Clippers? Ivica Zubac. Is he having a career season?
Don't sleep on Quentin Post. Quentin Post
Okay,
is
Jack, stop.
Look, if you
Stop.
if you look at the numbers, Quentin Post is one of the best 3-point shooting big men in the league.
Good for him. He still can't guard Alperen Sengun.
You don't know that?
Zubac can guard Alperen Sengun. Kawhi Leonard can shut down Jalen Green. Yeah, the Warriors have Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler's banged up. He hurt his left knee in that game, and he was limping the entire end of that game. I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to be 100% tonight when he goes out and he plays in the play-in.
He just needs some of his special coffee.
Now, what I'm saying
Real.
is, yes, I do think the Warriors are going to beat the Rockets, but you contradict yourself. You're sitting here saying the Warriors beat the Rockets easily in the first round, but you don't think the Clippers will when the Clippers are by far and away the better team.
Rockets Warriors give me like a 5-game series. Clippers Rockets give me like 6, maybe 7.
Wow. I don't agree, but I think Austin broke it down pretty much exactly how you'd like it to be broken down. I think also just the Clippers are a lot hotter than the Warriors right now, especially since having Kawhi come back. I will say, it is a little bit of a red flag watching the Clippers just knowing how old the team is, but it doesn't really matter. They're playing at their former All-Star levels now, so it doesn't really matter. Austin, what else you got for us here?
So then we have in the West, we have Dallas versus the Kings. You got Anthony Davis making his technical playoffs atmosphere debut for Dallas. I actually have the Sacramento Kings winning this game. They are hot right now. I think that they are going to come in here. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Sabonis, that big three, let alone, like that big three alone, I think, is enough to beat this Dallas Mavericks team. They're not fully healthy. They don't have Kyrie Irving.
What do the Mavericks even have by this point? I mean, I know Dante Exum came back from a season-ending injury.
Well, they have Anthony Davis. They have Daniel Gafford. They have Max Christie. They have Klay Thompson. They have guys that can go out there and play their roles, but I think the Sacramento Kings are a deeper team. They still have Malik Monk playing
You got
for
to
them.
think of the chemistry, too. Like, this team has been so injured that, like, these guys haven't played very many games together.
That's true. So I do think that the Kings, walk away with the win.
And plus,
it's in Sacramento too. That's one of the hardest
have the
arenas.
Greatest play-in player of all time, and Jonas Valanciunas leading.
Yes.
He is
That's
number
it, yeah.
1 in points and rebounds in play-in game history.
Yeah, so they got that on their side. Again, it's in Sacramento. They have the beam. That crowd is amazing come playoff time. We saw it when they played Golden State. We saw it prior years in the playoffs as well. I just think it's kind of a hard thing to do for Dallas to guard DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis. I think the guy that's going to be affected the most by Dallas is going to be Sabonis because of Anthony Davis, and I think Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are going to step up tonight.
I have to agree.
Or tomorrow, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Kings as a team are necessarily hot. I think there are players on the Kings that are playing well.
Yeah.
The Kings, I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They've had a disappointing end to the season here since they traded for Zach LaVine. They haven't quite gotten the wins that they wanted to. You can just look at where they started.
They're also playing with an interim head coach too, though. They're figuring that out too.
But I think after trading for someone like Zach LaVine, you want to move up in the standings, and they quite simply didn't. They're still where they were. They kind of just stayed afloat going into the last part of the season, and I think Zach LaVine had a couple of great games to end the season. But it's really hard to give the Mavericks the win in this game. The Mavericks, I think they'll make it a little closer than people give them credit for. I think you gave them a little bit of credit, Austin, but yeah, I think the Kings walk away with it, and it sets up a nice little Grizzlies-Kings for the 8 seed after that.
On that note, Grizzlies take the 8 seed.
You're gonna go Grizzlies?
Grizzlies take the 8 seed.
I'm going to go Sacramento takes the 8 seed. I think DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Sabonis are hot at the right time right now, and I think that's all you need when it comes to the plan. Get the right guys going at the right time.
Ja Morant's got a fire underneath him, and Ja Morant in the play-in is low-key a spectacle to behold. And granted, that fire underneath him is because he's dumb and doesn't know how to act and not get himself fined.
Rephrase that.
But
and Grizzlies, sorry. I think the Grizzlies are just still a better team. I mean, they fell all the way down to the 8 seed. I mean, this is a team that really shouldn't have even been in the play-in. They were top 3 seed in the West for most of the year. Coach firing didn't help, but I think ultimately they're going to be able to get it done against Sacramento, especially at home for the 8 seed. Because
Memphis will be at home for that game. It's tough. I do see the Grizzlies winning. I just want to see the Kings win. I think it's better for the playoffs. Now, are they going to beat the Thunder? Hell no. But, I love seeing the Beam team in the playoffs. Now, to the East. Tonight, we've got Atlanta versus the Orlando Magic. This is awesome. If you're not watching this game tonight and you're an NBA fan, you're doing it wrong. This is going to be amazing. I got the Orlando Magic winning tonight. And then... well, who do you guys got?
So I have the Hawks sneaking away with this one because I think the Hawks are a really sneaky, underrated team. I mean, you look at what Trae Young has been doing, 30 and 10 on the season. Dyson Daniels, of course, 3 assists, and he's scoring the ball too. He's not just bringing defense.
You rounded up a solid 6 points by saying 30 and 10. He's averaging 24 points, but
and 11 assists.
Am I
continue.
Okay. Regardless, Onyeka Okongwu. He's becoming a really good defensive presence in the paint. They've got a bunch of other guys, too. I'm blanking right now because they don't have DeAndre Hunter anymore. But I think the Hawks can sneak away against this Magic team. Granted, I think the Magic will take the 8 seed. But I think the Hawks pull away. It really could be interchangeable. Hawks 8 seed, Magic 7 seed, Hawks 7 seed, Magic 8 seed. I just think ultimately the Hawks and the Magic are the 2 teams out of the play-in in the East.
I'm going to have to go with the Magic here tonight. I think being at home helps out a lot. Obviously no Jalen Suggs. That's going to hurt a lot when you have to play someone like Trae Young. But I think both teams are still a little banged up. The Hawks, I'm looking at their injury report right now. They've got Clint Capella out. Unless this is not updated, but this is per ESPN. Larry Nance out, Jalen Johnson out. Kobe Buffkin out. That doesn't, whatever. But still, I think both these teams are a little banged up. I think the Magic have been the more resilient team all season. They've been playing through injuries. They kind of know what to expect at this point. So give me the Magic in that 7-8 matchup.
Yeah, I think Paolo is just by far and away the best player in the series. Or in this game. Jalen Johnson's not playing, so I don't really know who's going to guard Paolo Banchero because I'm assuming Dyson Daniels will be on Franz, who, again, can go out and score 25 tonight. Trae Young's probably going to have a great game, but the Magic as a whole, they have Wendell, they have Paolo, they have Franz, they have Cole Anthony, they have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That team is pretty good, and they got Goga Badatse. Do they still have Goga Badatse?
They do have Goga Badatse.
Yeah. So that team is just more well-rounded, not as injured. They are missing their best perimeter defender and their point guard in Jalen Suggs, but Cole Anthony will come in and take that role, and then they have Anthony Black coming off the bench. Now, for tomorrow's game, Chicago versus the Miami Heat in Chicago. I have the Miami Heat winning this game. I think Tyler Hero is going to probably score like 37. And Kel'el Ware has been amazing. Bam Adebayo has been good as of late. This Miami Heat team has been doing better towards the end of the season behind Tyler Hero. I just don't think Chicago's ready. Their team is too young. Miami also has that experience. They've been in the finals twice with basically the same team except for Jimmy Butler. So
I guess I'm just taking all underdogs today. Give me the Bulls. I mean, I think they've been getting hot when they've needed to. The duo of Kobe White and Josh Giddey has been phenomenal, and I think they torched this Heat team. Not gonna lie. I don't think they beat either the Hawks or the Magic, but I think they get past the Heat.
I don't know. This is difficult because the Bulls, they went on a nice little run there to kind of end the season off and secure their play-in spot. Not like it was in jeopardy necessarily, but they get a little home game. But I think I'm a little bit more faithful in the Heat right now just because of the experience. But then again, there's playoff experience and there's play-in experience. Does play-in experience really matter? I mean, it is going to be.
They don't even keep stats for the play-in.
Like, Kobe White had a career night last year against whoever they played in the play-in. He had like 47 or something, and it didn't count.
Yeah.
Super sad.
That's the thing with this play-in tournament, though. Every matchup is a toss-up because they're so evenly matched and so just like it's really hard to tell. I feel like a lot of these are toss-ups. Maybe more on the east side than the west side, but I feel like this east, like, it can go literally anyway. Any four of these teams could be in the playoffs.
I would agree. Now, for both of you guys, I mean, who's going to get that 8 seed between the Hawks or, the Bulls or the Heat, depending on who you pick there? Jack, for you, it's Hawks Bulls.
Yeah, give me the Hawks. Well, no, it would be the Magic Bulls. Give me the Magic.
Magic, yes, that's right.
I think just the Hawks and the Magic, they're both two really good teams. I think they're the most playoff ready out of this group of four. You can argue the Heat just because of what they've done, but that's what they've done, not now. But yeah, just give me Hawks and Magic.
I got the Miami Heat just because the Hawks are banged up. I would love to see the Hawks in the playoffs, but like you said, Clint Capella's out, Jalen Johnson's out. Those are two of their better defending guys and guys that are lengthy, and they will get rebounds for you and do the little things or the intangibles. I don't see them beating the Miami Heat because if they do, that means Trae Young is going to have to do it basically all himself, and I don't really see that happening. So I think Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo are going to take them down and be that 8 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Well, just to cover all of our bases here, I guess I'm going to have to go with the Hawks getting in the 8 seed. So, I don't know. I think they'll just get it done at home. I think emphasis on being at home. I think the Miami Heat could easily just come in there and wipe the floor with them. As you said, they're very hurt right now.
Yeah.
But I think if the Hawks win, they could win a close game, and a lot of it's just because of Trae Young. Like Jack said earlier, 25 and like 11 on the season. I mean, that is spectacular. So it's with a point guard that gets everybody else involved so well, even if they are missing a couple of guys, I don't think that'll matter. I think Trae Young will get it done at home. He's cold.
Yeah, ice Trae Young.
Burr.
So that is the play-in preview that we have. I kind of wanted to make it short because we will be covering another episode before the playoffs begin on Saturday. So be sure to look for that on Saturday morning or Friday night. And any closing thoughts, boys?
No, I look forward to the play-in tonight and tomorrow, though.
I look forward to watching the Celtics repeat this year.
We'll get into that later in the week.
With who other than Derek White as Finals MVP.
Oh, my God. End the episode. End it.
Peace.